Oh, holy fuck. That's some news. I'm CommanderNici, and this is your favorite podcast on gaming. At least, I hope so. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Nikki's Gaming Universe. I'm recording this basically between doors. I'm actually getting ready for my night shift. But there's been a news development. A new Life is Strange has just been announced for this October. And Max is back, and I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know how to feel about the whole Arcadia Bay situation. I don't know how to feel about the whole issue with choosing Chloe or Arcadia Bay. How are they going to address this? I don't know. The trailer looks pretty great. That's for sure, with the whole reality shifting and the title Double Exposure is so cool because that's a photography thing. It's really nice. That's kind of cool. But like, what about the whole Chloe thing? Like, do you have to choose at the beginning of the game if you saved Chloe or not? And like, what about that? Like, how do you want to address that? Like, has Arcadia Bay been rebuilt if you chose Chloe, or did they canonize that Chloe died in that bathroom? Like, what about that? Because clearly Max has powers, and in the beginning of the trailer she said that she would never use her powers again. And why is she back again in Arcadia Bay? Like, is she going to do her photography school thing all over again or something? Or did Blackwell Academy turn into another type of school? Maybe even after it has been rebuilt after the storm? I don't know, and I'm so confused, and I really don't know how to feel about it. I just wanted to get those thoughts out because it opens up a whole conversation about canon in choice-based games. For example, a lot of people talk about the Mass Effect series, the next upcoming game, that Shepard is going to be back, and I don't like that idea because for me, the story is told. Shepard's story is over. It's time for the next person. And with Liara being in the trailers and stuff, it really feels like we're going to see a lot more familiar faces, which I don't think is good because it takes a lot away from the canon choice for each player. Like, for me, my personal favorite is Synthesis, and I stand by that because I mean, this is about Life is Strange, so I'll keep the Mass Effect to a minimum. I'm just saying that I don't like the possibility that the end choice in the Mass Effect series, and now also in the first Life is Strange game, could be overruled by a follow-up game that could direct the canon, because in all other Life is Strange games that came after the timeline of the first one, you had the choice of saying, yo, I saved Chloe, or I saved Arcadia Bay. like in Life is Strange 2, you had that scene over at that cliff when Sean and his little brother, oh my god, Dan, I almost forgot the name, holy hell, were hitchhiking with that guy they met at that gas station, and they had like this whole view over the destroyed town if you choose Chloe, and there was this whole thing, blah. Otherwise, they just looked over that town and there was some other dialogue referencing the first game. And then you also later meet David in that weird trailer park community out in the desert, and he also talks about some stuff referring to the first game. And then you have Life is Strange True Colors, where you also have some references to the first game, but more just in Wavelengths, the DLC that focuses on Steph. But in every game you had like the choice to say, yo, I saved Chloe or I saved Arcadia Bay. And I think there's the biggest problem, because for the players who saved Chloe, I don't know how will she be put in that game, because that would be too much of a writing problem if she's still alive. Because how will you include her, if at all? Because if she's still alive, there needs to be some reference. Like, the only logical conclusion for me could be that if you saved Chloe, Max and her had a massive fight out of Survivor's Guild and had a big falling out and never spoke to each other again, and that would be a good canonical reason for Chloe not to be in Life is Strange Double Exposure. If you saved Arcadia Bay, on the other hand, it would be relatively easy just to have a one-off mention of, yo, so my friend died in that bathroom, and, like, maybe it's that, like, maybe really, because I think there's been some talks about the saving Arcadia Bay is actually the canon choice, because for whatever reason, I don't know. I probably forgot about it because I don't like canon talks for choice-based games. Like, maybe if it's the gender of the player character, if there's to choose from, there's obviously sometimes something that people have in mind when talking about the canon choices there. For example, if I remember correctly, the actual canon implied gender for the hero of Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the female one, and I think it really makes sense, because having the brother as the I don't know if that's too much of a spoiler territory, but I think it's early enough in the game to just mention it. But having the brother be in the other role, to me, makes a lot more sense than I never played the other way around. I tried it, but I don't know, I just didn't like it that much with the male player character. I'm really sorry. But if the canon implications about something like that are within the choice of what gender your player character has, yeah, maybe that's alright to give out an implied, and when developing we had that as a canon in the back of our heads. Like, that's alright, but big choices like saving Arcadia Bay or saving Chloe, that's bad. Same with the possibility of the next Mass Effect game messing with the final choice of the series. That's not good, and as I said, I really don't know how to feel about that. The game looks cool. I think I recognized a few characters. I think I saw Nathan Prescott, and I don't know, it looked like he became a cop, or maybe he was just a rich kid. Maybe it was Warren who became a cop, which I absolutely don't see, because when the voiceover was like, I don't know who I can trust or who trusts me, there was like this cop badge shown and a male character was shown, and I think maybe it was Warren or Nate. I don't know. I'm definitely sure I saw Nathan in one shot of the trailer, and that's also interesting. Like, what about? I mean, he was just. They're all somewhat young adults in the first game. They're like, 18, 19, somewhere around that. I don't know anything about the legal system in the US, but I think they still get like less of a sentence, and also like he's a Prescott, they own the town, so maybe there was also some messing with the legal system that he got off earlier than he actually should have for shooting Chloe in the bathroom. Maybe they did some juggling about mental health and the poor boy has problems and that's why he shot her. Something like that. But I mean, it's true, the poor boy has problems and it all led to that. So, yeah, that's that. But the thing is, my alarm is going to go off, so I really should go get ready for work. But I just wanted to get that off my chest, and actually I want to make a whole different episode before that, but holy hell, the news that just dropped, and maybe I'll just give out more thoughts on this later, because I will let you in on a little secret. There's my alarm. I'm sorry. I actually have a little project planned for October, and it's not the new Life is Strange game that just been announced. So I'll be dropping it here, and I'll be putting myself on the spot to actually get through this. But right now my TV is broken, so I can't start the project properly. But I'll be replaying the first Life is Strange game and do a whole episode by episode breakdown of my thoughts on it, because this year the Life is Strange calendar with the episodes going by the weekdays actually lines up with the calendar this year. Like, you know, the Monday of the in-game date is the same as our calendar. And that's pretty cool, and I think that's a good timing to do a revisiting of the series, and especially with the new game coming out. And of course I'll be getting it if I have a console to play it on by then. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. That's for sure. Like, the whole implications that are there about canon choices and I'm really, really interested to see what they will do about the whole save Chloe or save Arcadia Bay situation. Like, how will they address that? Will Chloe be mentioned if you choose to save her, and will Arcadia Bay have been rebuilt, or well, the other way around? It's more obvious. Of course, Chloe can be mentioned, like, oh yeah, she died in that bathroom, and Nathan got this and that punishment for it, and maybe there's like still some references to it, because I think I saw Joyce in that trailer. So the prizes, at least one of them, are still in the picture, and that's really interesting. And then there's the thing. And if you saved Chloe, as I said again, Arcadia Bay must have been like rebuilt, and there must be some references to that storm. And then there's the big question of why is Chloe not in the game, because I think that would be such a big challenge in writing to have her in that game or not. Like in one case of choice and the other. Like in Life is Strange True Colors, the Wavelengths DLC, it's pretty cool because like there's references to the storm, and Steph has some serious PTSD about that. And if you saved Arcadia Bay, she has some issues about Chloe dying. So that's a different and interesting approach, but a full-fledged game with one character returning, that's no, it's a whole other story. I think it was addressed pretty cool in Life is Strange 2, so I'm really curious to see how they will address it in Life is Strange Double Exposure. And with that, this episode comes to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to answer the question of the episode, and maybe follow me on my social media, especially Channel 3, The Goodreads for video games. All important links are in the description, and until the next episode, bye.